Hey there, Cancer. Let's talk about what April has in store for you. And April is by far one of the biggest months we have. I would say the biggest month that we have astrologically this year, because we have powerful eclipses that are happening. We have an amazing alignment that happens with Jupiter and Uranus, really pushing us outside of our comfort zones and changing us. And Cancer, you are the sign of comfort, right? You are the sign of comfort zones. And so it's really asking you to step out those areas that you find yourself that you've limited yourself in just because it feels comfortable, especially if it's career. We have this eclipse that's going to be happening, the largest eclipse that any of us have ever seen. And in the world of astrology, us astrologers, we look to see where the eclipses are hitting in your chart that year, because that shows where new beginnings are coming through. And to have such a powerful new moon eclipse, that means new beginnings amplified on steroids. This is happening in your 10th house, the house of life, purpose, and career. This also is the judicial system as well. So if you're looking to bring maybe a lawsuit in or really bring that to an ending, this is the time frame where the universe is trying to bring change in the house of life purpose for you. Are you looking for a new career? Are you looking to manifest the career that is most fitting for you? Maybe this is something where you really want to be able to work from home, because remember, Cancer, you deal with the sign, the fourth house rules of house, home, family. And so if this is something you're really trying to manifest, this eclipse cycle is going to be the strongest for you to really plant your seeds of hope and manifestation. And that's on April 8th, this big, massive eclipse, right? Huge, huge, huge. Now, on the other side of it though, right? This isn't just this April 8th eclipse. This is the year of that. So if this is something that you're just now starting to realize that you want to make some shifts and changes in your career, you don't have to act on it on the 8th, right? This year is going to bring you opportunities, because I tell you what, that's what eclipses are. They're gateways. And where these gateways are this year for you are in that 10th house of career, and then over here in the house of home and family. Big shifts and changes are afoot for you. What is it that you want? What is it that you need to let go of in order for that to happen, right? And when we let go of things, that's at the time of the full moon. And so we find that the full moon, the Scorpio full moon that happens this month, Scorpio is the sign of letting go. And when it lands in that full moon once a year, this is like doubly amplified. That if you're ready to let go of outdated beliefs, maybe they're inherited belief systems, things that are holding you back from really stepping into your abundance and your personal power, this is the moon to do it. Because I tell you what, it lands in the 5th house that focuses on the things that bring you joy. This is the house that talks about your personal power and how you stand in your power. And if you're finding that things are getting in the way of you being able to do this, this full moon that happens on the 23rd is going to be the time to release that, right? To let those things go. This is a time frame where the universe is trying to grow and shift you, not just with these eclipses that are happening in the house of purpose for you. This is huge, right? This is like a once every 10-year energy that's happening, really, really trying to propel you forward into your soul's purpose. But we also have Jupiter and Uranus aligning. Jupiter is the planet that expands us. It gets us out of those comfort zones that I was talking about earlier. And it's making this once in a lifetime alignment in the sign of Taurus with Uranus on April 21st. So this is just before that full moon where we're ready to release things. This unexpected energy that aligns with the planet that's growing us and propelling us, it is happening in your 11th house, which is the organizations and the groups that you find yourself in. So let's say maybe you are looking for a new career, right? Maybe unexpectedly something happens where your company downsizes and you lose, your job or whatever. Keep in mind, you have these major things that are happening for you in career at that time frame because of the eclipses. These things that come in and they take away our comfort zones. They're doing so because there's something better on the other side. And I think you're going to find that too, that when this Jupiter-Uranus alignment happens in the 11th house, it's saying, where are you limited and stuck in comfort zones with the places you work, with the friends that you have and you've surrounded yourself with, the organizations that you belong to, all of these things, right? Where do they not fit for you and where do they actually hold you back? So maybe there's some unexpected things that happen that push you to make changes in those areas. Because I tell you what, when we make these changes, when we make these sacrifices, when we let these things go, and when we start to focus more on what it is we need, and we need to bring balance into our lives, because that's what these eclipses this year are asking us to, that's when we start to walk into our purpose. That's when we start to find happiness, because we're listening to what our soul is telling us we need to do. We just have to have that courage to make the changes that are necessary, right? So Cancer, know that this is a month where the universe is really working with you, especially if you want to bring some changes to home, family, and career. Do you want to grow a family, right? Do you want to expand your family? Are you ready to maybe make changes and go, maybe there's a divorce that you have been contemplating. It can happen on all these different levels, right? When it comes to home and family. Are you trying to heal relationships and rifts in family? Are you healing the relationship with mom because fourth house deals with mom? Are you healing past wounds with mom? That's another thing too, that all of this energy, the eclipses this year are doing. They're bringing it to light. They're asking you what kind of home life you want. They're asking what kind of career life you want and what you want to do to manifest them into being the way that you need them to be, to feel balanced. It's going to be strong this month. I tell you what, put it out there, believe, listen, and act when you know you need to act, right? And I think you're going to be surprised at the amazing, wonderful changes that are going to be in store moving forward. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.